Hello there. Don't believe the hype about a Brexit deal being cooked up by the Tories and Labour. All that means is a very soft and therefore non-existent Brexit. We now have news that Labour and the Tories could be moving towards some sort of so-called soft Brexit, as they try to get a consensus on a deal that the majority of our parliamentarians could accept. And the Labour Shadow Business Secretary, Rebecca Long-Bailey, told the Sophy Ridge on Sunday programme that her party could sign up to a Brexit deal with the Tories without having a second referendum latched onto the side of it. Then at the same time, the chief Brexit negotiator for the EU, Michel Barnier, is reported as saying that there could be a breakthrough in the talks between Conservative and Labour politicians next week, as we begin to see Theresa May crossing her red lines. And this could well mean a permanent customs union with the EU, where bureaucrats could well end up controlling UK trade policy. But all this is reliant on our MPs signing up to the unamended, legally binding withdrawal agreement, surrender treaty, Irish border backstop and all, and an amended version of the political declaration that keeps us tied tightly to the European Union, with no room for national independent actions. And I bet it also means us remaining in many, if not all, EU institutions at great taxpayer expense. It will also confirm and tidy up the last bits of handing over total control of our armed forces to the bureaucrats. And that last bit is the most angering of all to me, and most of my anger here is directed at those politicians in both houses in Westminster, every single one of them. All that this says to me is that our politicians are moving towards some sort of botched deal that they are going to try and sell as Brexit, but it will in truth keep us firmly locked under Brussels control for all eternity. Their quest appears to be to try and get something that is as close enough to remaining in the EU as they can get away with. And in the process they seem to be catering for the big corporate businesses that want the UK inside the EU at all costs. What a surprise. Or at least as close to the EU as makes no difference, and that appears to be where we're headed, using a watered-down version of May's deal. A deal that is already a disastrous proposition for a nation that wants to be sovereign and independent once again. What is it about our politicians in the UK that they cannot comprehend a non-EU controlled United Kingdom? Why do they constantly need other politicians from outside this country to tell them what to do and what to think? If our politicians do not believe they can deliver basic rights and provide the people of the UK with what they need, then why are they in politics? Unless it's some sort of ego trip for people who want the money and the trappings of power without having to think or deliver anything. But even after Brexit, these non-entity politicians wail, Brussels has to control our climate policy, Brussels has to command us over our workers' rights, our food standards and what military equipment we have to buy, they whimper. Every vote for these simpering no-hopers is a vote for an expensive and useless non-politician who has become used to taking policy directions from the EU, a source of control where we would have no input or say under the wretched so-called deal being brokered by May and now possibly joined by Corbyn, before selling that policy on to you like some sort of door-to-door hawker. They've got used to this process and want it to continue, so the closer they can tie the UK to the EU, the better for them. Every vote for these Labour and Conservative charlatans is a vote for people who take your money on the pretence of doing the job of running this country, but then spends billions more of your money outsourcing it all to the EU. This is not Brexit, it's more like a scammer's dream gravy train. And that is why every single Brexiteer needs to get out and vote in the local elections on Thursday the 2nd of May. just 4 days away, and vote for UKIP wherever possible. Let's pop the Westminster bubble by giving the ruling elite parties a swift political kick up the derriere. Anyway, what do you think? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.